I'm at an age where I think I just threw up my shoulder reaching for this box. Now, something not nearly as old as me, we have something special for you today. I got a watch where they only made 50 of them, of which 15 were kept in Japan, 35 sent worldwide. And I kind of wanted to document a little bit about my journey here, share this with you. I'm not a brand advocate. I make no money from them. I don't care if you buy it. I'm sharing what I think is a really cool watch. What allowed me to get to this part of my journey was actually, I'm going to start with a little bit about some of the other watches I've purchased from this company first. And yes, it's strange to cover a micro brand because they don't get a lot of views. I'm not doing this for the views. I'm doing this because I found a product that I think really speaks to me. And this company, Kuoe, and yes, I did look it up. That is how you pronounce it. They put it in katakana on their website for how to pronounce it. So Kuoe has been making watches for 5 years. Not a long time. They don't have the heritage or pull other watch brands out there or marketing really to really put themselves out there. And someone introduced this to me because I was interested in a watch that kind of grows with me. This is a bronze watch, so it'll patina for sure over time, which was the main reason why I kind of wanted this, but also has a 35 millimeter diameter, which means it's good for my 6.5-inch wrist as well as my wife's. And I guess my child's. And just the beauty of the train track, minutes around it with the very legible applied indices and the textured dial, I really fell in love with this watch. But that started me on a journey of kind of checking out this brand. They also had a dive watch that I thought would be really interesting to kind of check out. This has been the one that I've been the least excited about. I think there's something just about the glass that I don't have a way of testing it. I kind of looked online to see if it's possible, to see if there's a way to see how clear the glass is. But there's something that just doesn't speak to me as much with this one, even though it is very comfortable. It's got an internal rotating bezel, waterproof up to 200 meters, shockproof, even though I never go more than 5 feet the depth at our community pool. So it's a good watch. It's just, I don't know if it really knocked my socks off the way the first one did. But this is what led me to the ultimate fun in this journey of chronometry, where they released the 5th anniversary, marking their being around as a company. They still sell this watch today, just not in these materials and makeup. So you can still get this watch if you're interested in it. Again, no links or anything. This is just for fun for me. But you can't get it with this exact makeup. And I'll kind of walk you through this here a little bit. So Kuoe, like I said, has been around for about 5 years. And this is kind of a big task in micro brands. They get set up, they get taken down very frequently. And it's really hard to make a name for yourself, especially when they're not making the most flashy watches, but they're very classic, vintage expired, meant to grow with you. And I think that's what kind of drew me to ultimately this kind of like a full calendar, complete calendar type watch, where on one side you have the day of the week. And it might be a little bit hard to read, I think, when you're looking at this, but eventually you kind of learn where Monday, Sunday is. And then on the right side is the month. And then on the bottom is, of course, the date. So at a wrist glance, you can quickly get all the information you need, which is a little bit more information. Today I'm wearing the Formax Field Watch, and it's got the date at 6 o'clock. Very legible, very quick. But you get a little bit more information here because, yeah, sometimes you are like, what day is it again? But this is what I think sets Kuoe out to be different from the competition. I ordered this watch, very excited because this is Shinki horsehide leather, like a shell leather, essentially black shell. And I was really excited because it just said Japanese Cordovan leather on it when they were launching the product. And these sold out in about 8 minutes. And I immediately hopped on, got, I think, serial number 47. And like the page wasn't refreshing and my Apple Pay failed. I was freaking out because I really thought this was just such a cool watch and I wanted to share it with you guys. So I emailed them. I said, hey, is this Shinki by chance? Because I've done a couple of just different product orders from different companies. And I've got some other tanneries from Japan to share with you guys here in the future, but they said yes. And I asked kind of, this gold plating, I'm assuming it's not gold, right? It's gold PBD, right? It's not like a chemical reaction. And they said yes. And what's interesting is I actually got 3 emails from them. The first one said that this was like an Italian leather. And then immediately, like within an hour, someone chimed in and said, no, I'm sorry. Let us get the right answer and get back to you. How many companies not only send an email, but someone would had to have verified, like checked to go back and be like, oh, hang on, that's true for the regular line, but not for the 5th anniversary. And come back with a third email with like the correct information where they checked with the founder that, he even put like the full business name in terms of LTD and stuff like that out in the email. Like that just shows a lot of care and desire to be right, because that means like when a product was wrong, right? Like if you're putting a watch out and let's say there's like some dust in there, because they assemble these, like they can clean the inside, make sure that there's no dust on the inside. Yes, you're paying a little bit to have some of that care, but if something's wrong, I have a lot of trust in Kuoe to make sure that it's right before it leaves the door. There's a clear quality control where right now, I mean, you can see a lot of people complaining about these watch companies that take 3, 4, 5 days to get back to you. I sent this email at night. By the time I woke up, I had all 3. They had done their quality control. These are people that are passionate about watches, and that spoke to me. It spoke to me that because if they care that much about this product, I'm going to care to wear it. So I've been wearing this to work a lot, several times a week. You can see actually there's no patina on the Cordovan, not surprising too much. I do put my own deployant the clasp on there just because I find that to be a little bit more comfortable. But this is really one of those feats of chronometry where when you have like a complete calendar, you never wonder what day of the week it is, what month it is. Like you have that here. It's a very nice watch for the work week. And what I think that this might double as my dress watch, but this is the one contentious part, I think, for a lot of people. The movement is the industry standard, the Miyota 9122, and the movement is known for the Miyota shake, where it twerks hard like Shakira. Self-winding rotor essentially shakes the whole watch, depending on how the watchmaker designs the case and support around the watch. Now, Kuoe didn't make the movement, but they also didn't do much around the design. No step design here to distribute the weight. It's a straight barrel, and that's part of the issue. The thickness is 13 millimeter. That's a little bit of a chunky boy in the grand scheme, like if you're comparing watches and such. I think Henry Archer just recently released one as well, and I think theirs is just like a tad thinner, if like that's the ultimate importance to you, because it is a small watch, which makes it very barrel. But I think when you look at some of their other watches, like when you look at their dive watch, this field watch, not so much, maybe a little bit, particularly with the way that the glass is domed on this, that I think kind of having this vintage barrel-shaped approach is part of their design language. And my cuffs aren't like skin tight, like I know some people like that. So I have no problem putting like a dress shirt over it, but I typically have dress shirts rolled up. And would I wear it to wedding? Yeah. I'd wear it to a wedding. I'd wear it to wedding, wear it to work, wear it out night with the wife for a date night. So very flexible watch. They still sell this in the 10. It just won't be gold, and it won't be Shinki leather. It'll be the Italian leather that they had originally emailed about or whatever. So that's been why I wanted to make this video. Is it's a company that clearly cares about their product. They clearly cared about getting the right information. They put a lot of effort into the assembly and making the product right. That I think it's something that, that's something that speaks to you when you're looking for menswear and items related to how you express yourself. I think this is something that might be of interest to you, hence the video. So yeah, let me know what comments you have, or if you want more details on any of the other parts of the collection. This is just the cool part, but thank you for spending time with us today. Peace.